Hi everybody. It's a great pleasure to be invited to share my vision on artificial intelligence for product creation with you. It's a great pleasure because I'm thinking and talking and writing about it for a number of years now. And by the way, last year I published the AI Compass for decision makers in the industry. And this book includes a chapter of Roman Dumitrescu, and what he's writing about there is almost all about AI marketplace that we talk about today. Artificial intelligence, a vision from Germany, and for product creation. Is that possible? Isn't that true when everybody says Germany is so far behind? We are out of the game. There's nothing that we have to contribute to this topic, artificial intelligence, digitalization in total. That's the US with Silicon Valley, that's China, that's some other countries doing something there, but Germany so far behind. But we can do something there, and we can have a vision. And I'd like to read two little quotes from the FAZ, from the Frankfurt newspaper, from the day before yesterday and from today, to show what I mean. Artificial intelligence, as we know it for almost 20 years now, or a little bit more even, is used for commercial things, for e-commerce, for advertising, for personalized advertising, for sales, maybe logistics and some other things. But it's only used for those things that did exist. To use artificial intelligence on the smartphone, on the PC, on the laptop. And that's not where Germany is good in. That's something we're behind, we're out of the game. We don't play this part with Silicon Valley or China. Maybe except of SAP in Germany, there are not so many companies doing things that could be dangerous competitors to the big GAFA groups from Silicon Valley, and also against the companies like Alibaba, Tencent in China. But what they understand right now is artificial intelligence this way, only in e-commerce, only commercial, only with end consumer products, only doing something with products that already exist, has some end of the line to be seen right now. Because there are a couple of billion people that can be connected and can do something with the artificial intelligence. You can use their data, but that's only a couple of few billion people on the earth right now, 7.5 billion people. But what's possible with artificial intelligence is much more. And that is the Internet of Things. It was also invented in the USA. But the things are made in Europe or made in Germany. The products are produced, are generated here in Germany. And that's why Google, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, IBM, Watson had their booths on the Hanover Fair when it was possible to have a booth there. So not last year and even this year, but on the virtual fair they will be there. Why? Because this biggest industrial fair of the world is where their future customers are the exhibitors. So that's interesting. And if this is interesting for those big artificial intelligence providers, then there must be something there where we have to play a role and where we can think about what can we do with artificial intelligence. The day before yesterday, on Wednesday, F8Z had an article about Apple. The technology giant Apple is also committing itself to Germany as a business location and wants to invest 1 billion euros, primarily in the development of its European chip design center in Munich. Apple and Co., the tech heavyweights, see a strong export nation at the heart of the continent with industrial clusters of a density that is still unparalleled anywhere in the world. In addition, despite all the prophecies of doom, the local higher education landscape produces enormous human capital, which has not only developed in the corona vaccine research. So true. So if Apple is seeing that, IBM Watson has its worldwide Watson IoT Center also in Munich. Google next door. Microsoft next door. There must be something. And that is why, because Germany concentrated on the industry during the past 30, 40 years on development of products that no other country would be able to do, like complex products like cars, smart cars connected to the internet, like machines that can produce things, that can do something and bring something to life, which didn't exist before. The most complex tooling machines come from Germany. So even when it's true that Germany also moved its focus away from consumer goods like clothing, like TV, like screens, it's also true that almost all of these things are produced somewhere in the world with the standards from Germany, with machines from Germany, with production lines from Germany. And this is the strength which one person said today that was nice on the way here. I could hear him, could read that also in the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. Germany has such a stark industrial base. I think its best options would be to build upon these strengths. Germany could play a role in industrial AI. That would be the obvious good region or area for innovation in Germany. And the interviewer says, so the race is not yet lost? And the interview partner says, by far not. The race in industrial AI has just begun. And who was it? It was Andrew Ng, the former president of Google Brain. He's coming from Silicon Valley and all over the world. He's a professor in Stanford University, and he says we have to go to Germany because the industrial AI will be something that's invented here. So KI-Marktplatz of its OWL, that's really a great pleasure to talk here, because this is the only network and cluster that I know that's concentrating on the most important part of the industrial processes, and that's product creation. Why? Because you could, as an industry, also take the lower hanging fruits like production, like logistics, like sales, like customer relationship and use AI for that. And many companies are doing that already. But that's not changing anything for the future, not for the long run. You have to think about products that don't exist yet. You have to think about services based on connected smart products that don't exist yet. And you have to think about that when you create those smart products, because you have to think before they are on the market and in use. You have to think about that in product creation, in the product development, in design, in engineering. And that's what this AI marketplace is thought for. And that's great, because the small and medium businesses would not be able to do that on their own. And this marketplace gives them the opportunity to use their strength together, to use data, which is the fuel for artificial intelligence, to use the know-how also from competitors, but also from partners, and to have a community of companies that are having the same goal like themselves. That's great. My vision for AI for product creation is that Germany in, let's say, 10 years might have a strong base for industrial artificial intelligence that's coming from this area, because these companies in its OVL are well known. They were market leader before. They know what automation is. They know what mechatronic products are. They are leading in their markets. And now they start to do this with artificial intelligence. That might be the point where you can change things. If this happens, Germany will not talk about are we behind. Everybody will look for Germany, because this might also change the way artificial intelligence is used in general. Because industry will not give their data for nothing, like we did on the smartphones. Every one of us did that. The industry will not. They want to know, where is my data? Who's the owner of the data? What is done with my data? They want transparency, security, safety, and want to know exactly what's happening. And that could find its way back to artificial intelligence in e-commerce and on the smartphone. That's what I wish, not the vision that I have for AI for product creation. Thank you very much for your attention. It was a great pleasure to be here, and I hope this AI marketplace will be very successful. Bye.